The Motor City, where Toronto faces Detroit, tied up at 2. Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City, where the Red Wings have hosted the Toronto Maple Leafs 22 times over the years in Stanley Cup play, each team winning 11 series. And now tonight, in the 23rd time they've met in postseason play, a crowd of around 20,000 is jam-packed Joe Louis Arena for a pivotal Game 5, with the series tied at 2 games apiece. And a pleasant good evening to you, everyone. I'm Tom Mees. This has been a series ruled by the home team, easily by Detroit. And the Toronto Maple Leafs returning the favor this past weekend at Maple Leaf Gardens. John Davidson joining me for tonight's telecast. My first question is simple, John. Why has this been a home ice series?
Well, I'm sure most would say, well, that home team crown really means something, but it's more than that. It's the home team coach who's had the advantage to get his players on the ice last to counter what the visiting coach has done. Now, Doug Gilmour is Toronto's best player by far, and every time he was on the ice here in Detroit for the first 2 games, Fedorov was on the ice for Detroit, a great defensive centerman. Basically, he nullified the Gilmour line. However, the series in moving back to Toronto, where Pat Burns, the home coach, had the last change, would wait and see that Yzerman was on the ice, then he'd put Gilmour out there. So Gilmour, through the 2 games in Toronto, was able to outscore the Detroit line that he was against by 4 goals, which made quite a difference in the series to this point. Now, here they are back in Detroit. You know Fedorov will be on the ice. That will be the key matchup in this game.
And the party line, talking to people around the Motor City, they say the pressure is on Detroit. They don't want to lose at home and have to go win a Game 6 in Toronto. But hold everything, Toronto is playing a big game, too, with a rookie goaltender, Felix Potvin.
First ever NHL playoff series for Potvin. He's only 21 years of age, and he's handled things pretty well, getting better as the series has moved along. However, the first 2 games here in Detroit, you can see Cicerelli standing in front outside the goal crease. That got the focus of the goaltender away from the game a little bit. Now, with the 2 defensemen trying to work on Cicerelli, there's all kinds of legs in front, and Potvin basically couldn't see the puck. That, I think, too, will be a storyline in this game. How will Potvin be able to handle all the pressure of Detroit trying to crowd the front of his goal?
If you like stars, we have plenty of stars for you in this one. Steve Yzerman of the Red Wings, the league's 4th leading scorer. Doug Gilmour of the Leafs, he may be the league MVP. The standing room only crowd is settling in here at Joe Louis Arena for the pivotal Game 5. Norris Division semifinals, Toronto and Detroit.
Save this smart car away this week at Crown Olds Toyota Decatur. 1992 Old Sierras with power windows and lots plus air for only $11,995. Plus 92 Tercels that sold for over $12,600 when new, but now smart car priced at only $89.95.
Don't let unwanted pests take over and destroy your home. S&W Pest Control will eliminate and protect your home from termites and other miscellaneous pests, while at the same time S&W protects the environment. S&W Pest Control uses only chemicals that are EPA registered and environmentally conscious. At S&W, we understand that our environment is very precious, and we must protect it for future generations. Call S&W today and rid your home of unwanted critters and pests and keep the planet safe.
SBA lightweight champion Carl Griffith faces Narciso Valenzuela, and former world champion Lupe Aquino battles Joey DeGrandis. Top Rank Boxing, Saturday night at midnight Eastern on the ESPN.
It is the most celebrated trophy in all of sport. And on this, its 100th anniversary, the celebration will be all the more grand.
Welcome once again to ESPN's coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs. John Saunders along with Jim Schoenfeld and Al Morganti. We'll hear from them in just a moment, and we'll get you out to the game between the Wings and the Leafs. The winner of this series will go on to face the surprising St. Louis Blues. They swept Chicago, thanks in part to this overtime winner from Craig Janney, as Ed Belfour and Brett Hull got tangled up at the side of the net. Didn't matter. The Blues get the victory. Bob Berry has reason to celebrate. The St. Louis Arena goes nuts, and 4 straight they win this one. Toronto and Detroit. Series is tied at 2 apiece. Dave Anderchuk's been on fire the last couple of games with 4 goals there. Jim, you were at the game where St. Louis knocks off Chicago in 4 straight. Did Chicago play that poorly to go out in 4 straight? Was St. Louis that good?
Not only did Chicago not play that poorly in Game 4, they played a pretty strong series. The difference was Curtis Joseph. If you can't score goals, you're not going to win very many hockey games. This series had some grueling body checks thrown. Both teams went out of their way to finish their checks with as much force as they could humanly muster. The one thing the Blues had going for them, their big producers produced. Brett Hull, Brendan Shanahan, Craig Janney, who got the game winner, Jeff Brown on the point. Chicago didn't get that production. And one thing Chicago did that I think really hurt them, they took a lot of bad penalties, retaliatory penalties, over-aggressive penalties. St. Louis has the 3rd best power play in the league, 2nd best in the playoffs, and you're playing with fire when you give them that many opportunities.
And of course, in St. Louis, Chicago coach Darryl Sutter called the day after the playoffs were over to apologize to Brett Hull for saying during the playoffs that their best players aren't their best players, if you know what I mean. Well, Brett Hull had a pretty terrific series. On the power play, 4 of his 5 goals on the power play. St. Louis ran in 7 power play goals. Chicago won. That was a major difference. St. Louis also put Bob Basson as a checking center. Right. They look like a complete team coming together now.
All right, let's take a look at the Smythe division, which really is the only division where both series are still underway. Vancouver up 3-1. The keynote here is that Winnipeg is 0-9 when facing elimination in the playoffs. They faced that and hope not to make it 0-10. Los Angeles and Calgary, of course, tied at 2 games apiece. National Hockey Night here on ESPN continues in just a moment. In the Norris Division, Paul Coffey and the Red Wings look to get the upper hand on the Maple Leafs. We'll find out when we come back.
Taking a break, are you?
No break.
Oh, you smell good.
Oh, thank you.
You wearing something?
Just my deodorant.
Oh, that Swab Super Stick I got you.
Yeah.
You like the Swab, huh?
Yeah.
Good. It costs less than your other one.
Yeah, well, I think it works really well. Don't you think so? You're supposed to be paying attention to me right now.
How many women tell their husbands they smell good while they're cleaning out the garage?
Just one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Super Stick. When Swab works this well, why spend more?
Something this good shouldn't be kept all bottled up. For great taste that's less filling, Miller Lite. It's everything you want a beer to be. Come on! Introducing the new Subaru Impreza front-wheel drive. Over 20 years ago, Subaru was the first car company in America to introduce a full line of front-wheel drive vehicles. When it comes to putting the weight of the engine over the driving wheels, Subaru has the weight of experience. The new Subaru Impreza. It's not just another new car.
Lease a new Subaru Impreza for only $159 per month.
Preferred stock cologne from Stetson. What preferred men prefer.
Are you an AT&T salesman?
Yes.
Is your company telling customers that MCI's 800 service isn't reliable?
Yes.
Is that the truth?
Yes.
ESPN's presentation of the Stanley Cup playoffs is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's everything you want a beer to be.
Welcome back to Joe Louis Arena. Standing room only. 20,000 approximately. Standing as one as the national anthems are concluded and 2 of the original 6 get set to go at it. Toronto Maple Leafs last won a Stanley Cup in 1967. The young man they'll be depending on, rookie Felix Potvin, who's been stellar in this series, especially in Toronto, 2-2 with the goals against the 4, but he's come up with big save time after time. For the Detroit Red Wings, who haven't won a Stanley Cup since '55, Tim Cheveldae, also 2-2 with goals against the 3.01, saving better than 90% of his shots. The referee tonight is Kerry Frazier. He'll be handling the chores, along with the linesman Gord Brosiker and Dan Shakti. And we're set to go, John, with a very tense series, a very close series. And a very emotional one.
It's become a very physical series. In games 2 and in games 4 of this series, the sticks have become a factor. A lot of players with black eyes, stitches around the eyes, sore hands, sore arms. Kerry Fraser, the referee, I think will be tough in this game early. Quick change on the fly by Toronto to get Gilmore on the ice already. Now Detroit counters, and we have that Fedorov-Gilmore matchup that we talked about. It's already happening.
We're going to have a chess match all night long on the ice here at Joe Louis Arena. This is the pivotal Game 5. Winner of the series gets the St. Louis Blues. Konstantinov up quickly for the Detroit Red Wings. Cross-ice pass to Gallant.
Tom, we should mention, too, that it's not only Fedorov opposite Gilmore, it's also the defense pairing of Konstantinov and Chiasson, who are out there right now.
Steve Chiasson, who was banished from Game 4 in Toronto after fouling Doug Gilmore and drawing some blood. The referee sent him out of the game. And Chiasson complained about that call, as did the entire Red Wing organization. It did them no good. Maple Leafs clear the puck, and it's over the goal line, touched up by Detroit. That means icing, and the face-off back all the way in the Toronto zone. Let's take a look at the all-time meeting in the playoffs between these two original 6 teams. We told you how tight it was in our open, and there it is. This is the 23rd time they met. The previous 22 split down the middle. Look at that. The Red Wings have won only 2 more games overall than Toronto. The goals are dead even over the... That's unbelievable. And, of course, the games in this series are even at 2.
2 different styles of play. Detroit, run and gun, fast skating club, who played pretty well defensively the last 6 weeks of the season. But they are much better with the lead because that makes Toronto get away from their fine defensive game. Toronto will play a defensive counterpunch styled game. Detroit will play, I think, their best players a lot in this game to try and get offense going from their skilled players.
Big Bob Probert hit from behind by Rob Pearson. This is Nicholas Lidstrom with it behind the Detroit net. 77 is Paul Coffey, many-time All-Star, much traded All-Star. Puck is onside in the Leaf zone, and Puckman goes to play it behind his own net. Coming loose to center, and Coffey will have to race back for it. Chevrolet lets it come to him.
Coffey has become the player that the Red Wing players look to for leadership here in the playoffs because Coffey has won, and he loves the role.
Sean Bird's up again in the Toronto zone. Mike Foligno avoids the check and cleared. Leafs get a change. Bob Probert's pass at center goes awry, and Mark Howell's got to go over and scoop it up for the Red Wings. Howe and Eisebart are onside. This is Paul Eisebart behind the Toronto net. Bob Rouse is on him, and the Leafs pick it up. 2 different styles here, John. The Red Wings led the league in goals this year. Toronto, not nearly the high-scoring machine Detroit is.
It'll be interesting to see if Detroit is going to handle the pressure of having to win this game. This is an important home game for the Red Wings to try and take the lead in the series. Will they be an uptight team, or will they be a relaxed team?
Steve Yzerman tried to hit a breaking Gallant. Now Toronto back with it the other way, and Mark Howell doing his job on Doug Gilmore, who was cruising down the slot.
Here you see Toronto trying to double shift Gilmore to get him lots of ice time.
Puck loose at center, and Toronto's Gilmore comes in again. The centering pass just over the stick of number 21 for the Detroit Red Wings, Eisebart, who broke up that pass play. Puck loose at center. Kent Manderville sends it ahead to Foligno, who tries to backhand it in, but the Red Wings send it out again.
3 minutes in, we have not seen a shot on goal.
Gerard Gallant 1-on-3. It's a breaking Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli looks to center, but Mike Foligno is on him. Puck still in the Toronto zone. Ciccarelli still on it. Dino Ciccarelli to Chiasson. Chiasson can't control the pass. Gerard Gallant. Ciccarelli didn't expect it. Manderville loses his stick and his balance. And a whistle for a face-off as they cover up the puck. 16:37 left first period. Face-off in the Toronto zone when we return.
There's a tropical island that's not on any map, though it's easy to find. It's warmed by the sun and caressed by the winds, with its own hidden treasures, local delicacies, and exotic festivals. But this island moves. It's a Carnival cruise ship. So if you go, get there on time and get out your Visa card, because the world's most popular cruise line doesn't stay in one place for long, and it doesn't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
I'll get it, Olga. It's the Americans.
They brought Miller Lite.
Come on, let me show you where it is. Oh, Miller Lite.
Americans are here, and they brought Miller Lite.
If you're on a mission for great taste that's less filling, Miller Lite. It's everything you want a beer to be.
Oh, God, we don't have salsa. Someone say salsa.
Play is back on at the Joe Louis Arena. Puck loose at center ice, and this is Toronto's Peter Zezel. Breaking into the zone for the Toronto Maple Leafs is Bill Berg. Konstantinov runs him off. Zezel fights for it again for the Leafs. On his back is Ray Shepard. No end-to-end action to speak of yet in this game, John. A lot of fits and starts.
I think more than anything else, we're seeing so much changing after the puck is dropped by the two coaches getting the matchups they want. The teams haven't had the opportunity to get the flow going.
Steve Yzerman took a hit in the corner and still passed the puck to Lidstrom on the other side.
This is finally getting Gilmore on the ice opposite Yzerman. Toronto wants this.
Shot from the point by Coffey goes wide. Dallas Drake takes a tough hit. Yzerman behind the Toronto net. I'll tell you, neither side is shy about taking the body in this game as the Leafs clear the puck all the way down the ice, and it's over the goal line, touched up by Detroit for the icing.
The second time that we've seen Toronto ice the puck here in the first period. Now, Pat Burns has been trying to work the media somewhat, countering what Brian Murray has said regarding the toughness of the series. We have not had a fighting major in the series, but the sticks have been up, and it's been a very testy, physical series that's gotten tougher as the series has moved on. However, I think both teams really realize the importance of this game, and so far the hitting's been good. It's been clean, and Kerry Fraser, the referee, has been able to relax somewhat. Brian Murray wants his team to get better with each game in the playoffs. Pat Burns wants his team to be patient. Patient. Brian Murray says, you know, we got to be patient too. If Toronto plays good defensively, we cannot try and break that by getting crazy and allowing Toronto the scoring chances.
Leaves Gilmore wins the faceoff. Wendell Clark races for the loose puck at center, but Sean Burr is on it for Detroit. And a whistle and another faceoff. For the new hockey fans tuning in tonight, we've already seen two examples of icing. Teams do that to relieve pressure. And when you pass the puck all the way down the ice at even strength and it goes over the other team's goal line, when it's touched up, it's an icing, and it's a faceoff back in your zone.
Wendell Clark starting to hit a lot more as the series has moved along. He's a devastating body checker. However, he's had problems with injuries. And what he does, the mornings of games, he has one of the trainers, a guy by the name of Chris Broadhurst, work on him with the acupuncture-styled needles. And whether it's the bottom of his back or in the rib cage somewhere, the trainer, who is specialized and knows how to do it, sticks the needles all over him, and it relieves the pain. That's what he's been telling me. Quite a way to get ready for a game.
Takes a lot of needling, I guess, from his teammates. Wendell Clark gets the puck out of his zone.
The teammates see that and leave the room is what happens.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to stick around for that.
Well, he says when you massage the part of the muscles that have spasmed, it can't get deep enough, so they use the needles to get deep to relieve it.
Sheldon Kennedy on the drop pass from Sean Burr, and Burr crashes into the net, knocking it off the magnets as Kennedy's shot was well wide.
Still not a good scoring chance by either club. This shot was a shot that went wide as Detroit finally got Toronto to back in somewhat. Burr's not noted as a goal scorer. He'll drive to the net, though, and you can see how Rouse has driven him into the goal net, knocking it off the mooring, and you saw the look of Sean Burr towards the referee saying, he pushed me into the net, he caused the stoppage, it should be a penalty to Toronto. And besides that, it kind of hurts the back when you get squashed into the goal net. Felix Potvin is a goaltender who plays very deep in his goal, and Rick Wamsley is the goaltending coach with Toronto. He's tried to get Potvin to move out a little bit, not be so deep. Detroit, late in their practices when the goalies have gone off, practice shooting high, off the crossbar, underneath the crossbar. And that's what they will try to do, I think, in this game, test the young Leaf goaltender up high.
You saw the goals against at home and away. This series has Gerard Gallant almost tipped in the first Detroit goal of the night. Potvin gave up 6 goals in each of the first 2 games here, but was brilliant at home. Cicerelli hits the outside of the post.
Sure, Potvin was. He was so deep, his foot was inside the goal net.
That's not considered prime style around the NHL, playing deep like that, is it?
He's the cat. He's so quick.
What a hit by Yves Racine on Wendell Clark, and the fans here at Joe Louis love that one. Wendell Clark is the bad man as far as they're concerned. Gallant's in alone. Score!
What a pass. What a pass right here by Cicerelli to Gallant. Gallant gets his first goal. Watch him open the legs to the goaltender. Let him move. Big hole. Backhand shot. Slides it right underneath along the ice. Brilliant pass by Cicerelli. Gallant moves in, gets the puck finally to settle down. Maybe it doesn't. No. Great move with a rolling puck by Gerard Gallant. The veteran winger gives Detroit a 1-0 lead with a great pass.
Gallant's first goal of this playoff series at 5:59. Gallant from Cicerelli will get the other assist for you in a moment. But the singers and dancers for Detroit did not sing and dance in Toronto. Already the big names are producing here, as they did in games 1 and 2 in this arena. And Potvin will cover up for another face-off in the Toronto zone. And the rookie goalie, Felix Potvin, who did not play well here the first 2 games, gives up an early goal. Going to affect him?
I don't think so. That's one thing about Potvin. He's been able to handle the pressure of giving up a goal. What it does, though, is Toronto may start thinking right away, do we try and open this up a little bit? Do we go away from our defensive posture? I don't think so. I think they'll stick with it and see what happens. But if Detroit gets another goal, it will put them in a much better position because Toronto would have to change their style. Mike Kitchen, the assistant coach on the other side of Pat Burns, changes the defense, and they may have been caught on a change as Cicerelli made the brilliant pass. Detroit can move up ice quick with their speed, but also with their passing skills. They're that skilled a team, and they can trap a team when they try to make line changes during play, and I think that's what we saw in that play. Just a brilliant pass by Cicerelli to hit Gallant, and then Gallant made the nice deke, and when the puck is on its edge and rolling like that, that's a difficult thing to do.
Well, Gallant gets the goal from Cicerelli and Mark Howe at 5:59. Maple Leafs taking their time lining up for this faceoff.
Detroit dressed 7 defensemen. That means a short 1 forward, which means people like Yzerman will get a lot more ice time. And the good skilled players in this league thrive on ice time. It's like a thoroughbred horse. When you have a great horse, run him. When you have a great player, play him. And I think Yzerman will get a lot of ice time and thrive on that.
And you know, for Toronto, number 93, Doug Gilmour is going to get a lot of ice time tonight, too.
Gilmour's had 5 shifts. Chason and Konstantinov, the defense pairing, have been on the ice for 4 of the 5 shifts, so you know what Detroit's game plan is.
Puck back in the Toronto zone. Zensel around the boards to Todd Gill. Glenn Anderson ahead, but intercepted out. It's Chason for Detroit. Here comes big Keith Primo. He's taken down by Dave Allen on a good defensive play. He tied up the stick, and Primo fell down trying to draw the penalty. That was a good play. Chevelday plays the puck behind his own net, and Primo sends it ahead to center. Bob Rouse into the corner for Toronto, and Konstantinov back for Detroit. It's like a game of pitch and catch now, in and out of the Detroit zone. Bob Pearson takes a big hit in the corner.
With Toronto, when they're putting the puck in, they're not retrieving it. Detroit's done a nice job working the boards to this point.
Toronto doing 1/2 of the dump and chase philosophy. They dump, but they're not chasing. 2-on-2 now. This is big Dallas Drake. Drake can't control it. Goes into the corner. Loses his helmet. It's dangling off around his neck. Lidstrom shoots, and he's wide. Nicholas Lidstrom with a wrist shot, and it went just wide. Icing will be the call on Toronto. As Paul Coffey touches up. 12 minutes and 9 seconds left in our first period. Gerard Gallant has Detroit on top, 1-0.
I feel Danorex tingling on this side, nothing on the head and shoulder side. I love that tingle, so I tried Danorex for my dandruff. It really came through. The flaking stopped, my scalp doesn't itch.
Danorex with conditioners, the serious dandruff shampoo.
I've switched to Danorex.
Switch to the Big Twin? Give me one good reason. This is new? A twin for normal skin and a twin for sensitive, right? It was great. The new Big Twin Select.
Made a big man out of me.
Genuine Drafts 1992 IndyCar champion Bobby Rahal. When we said he was flying, we weren't lying.
Welcome back to Joe Louis Arena. Tom Mees and John Davidson on ESPN's National Hockey Night. Game 5. Toronto and Detroit. North Division semifinals. Tied up at 2 games each. Puck comes loose to center. Game 6 of the series will be Thursday night at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Game 7, if necessary, Saturday right here at Joe Louis Arena. Yzerman lets one go. Puck pass solid all the way. Rebound to the corner. Ellett takes a heavy hit. Lidstrom keeps it in for Detroit. Dino Cicerelli looking. Gallant, the goal scorer. Yzerman can't get a shot away. He's taken down. No penalty call. Here comes Toronto 2-on-1. The shot and the score.
All the way back to the Toronto goal. Tom, this is a situation where Detroit did not get any of those 5 players on the ice. 3 in particular, Chiasson, Konstantinov, and Fedorov opposite the Gilmore line. None of them were on the ice, all on the bench because the Leafs changed on the fly. Detroit got caught pinching with the defenseman Lidstrom, and Andrichuk, who's been on a roll after the first 2 games, has scored his 5th goal in 3 games in this series. And it's no more Andrichuk in the playoffs. It's Andrichuk, the goal scorer. And has he gotten it going?
His 5th goal of this series for Dave Andrichuk, who came over in the Grant Fuhr trade from Buffalo February 2nd. And now he's tied with Brett Hull and Mario Lemieux in the goal-scoring race in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You know, Andrichuk in his previous 41 playoff games had only scored 12 goals for the Sabres.
Pat Burns said he had to talk to him, and whatever he said seems to have worked. Great shot, and what a trade that's been for Toronto and Buffalo. With Grant Fuhr playing goal as great as he is, getting Buffalo to another round, and Andrichuk helping the Leafs in their battle here against Detroit. Matchups mean so much. Toronto changed on the fly. Detroit didn't have a chance to, and sure enough, after Lidstrom, the defenseman, pinched, Andrichuk moved up and scored.
And with Paul Yzerman cruising in for the Detroit Red Wings, Felix Potvin covers up. Sheldon Kennedy also in the neighborhood. The official on that Andrichuk from Todd Gill and Glenn Anderson at 8:26. That, too, an even strength goal. Gallant scored earlier for Detroit. We're tied at 1. Reminder that Tuesday Night Baseball comes your way tonight on ESPN. The New York Yankees taking on those surprising California Angels. J.T. Snow, once the property of the Yankees, coming over in the Jim Abbott deal, takes on Don Mattingly and the Bronx Bombers. The Angels in first place in the American League West, hosting the Yankees. Scheduled time 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific time tonight.
Watch the Angels against the Rockets the other night. Took Roger deep, to win it 2-1.
Boy, Rocket with a sore elbow is still better than most. Sheldon Kennedy from the blue line, rebound right out in front. Sean Burr couldn't connect, and he was taken down. Fans want a penalty.
Jamie McCowan lifted the stick of Burr, showed some strength, a good defensive play, and Kerry Fraser not listening to the fans.
Bob Probert has McCown on his back. Krushelnyski around the boards, and Wendell Clark has it for Toronto. Leafs break in 2-on-3, so Clark dumps it, and off the stick of Yves Racine high into the crowd. Face-off will come just outside the Red Wing zone.
Always interesting when Clark and Probert are on the ice at the same time. They have thrown great checks against the opposition and on each other. Watch the play by McCowan, 34 blue. Lift the stick there. Brilliant defensive play as Burr went to get the rebound, and Potvin, the goaltender, real deep. McCowan may have saved a goal. There's a big hit. Oh, man. Racine moves in and takes the body nicely as this game starts to develop some personality. Ryan Murray looks on. 2 very, very good coaches in this series. Ryan Murray, the coach and general manager for Detroit. Pat Burns, the coach in Toronto. Both coaches have made significant changes. Both know how to change on the fly. Both teams are changing right now after the puck's dropped. You have to watch that and make sure you don't take too many men on the ice penalties.
Maple Leafs play it behind their own net. Rob Pearson takes a vicious hit from Dallas Drake, who got the stick up high. No penalty called by Kerry Fraser, who was standing right there. And Sylvain Lefebvre goes back to the Leafs. Halfway through the first period, tied at 1 in a pivotal Game 5. Toronto and Detroit tied at 2 games each. The winner of the series gets the St. Louis Blues in the Norris Finals. Possession in the Detroit zone goes to Andrichuk. He's on the backhand. Chevrolet had that one all the way. The long arms of Dave Andrechuk, you've got to be careful. And Detroit ices the puck, and the faceoff will come back in the Red Wings zone.
Because of those long arms and long stick, it creates a different shooting angle. We saw him beat Cheveldae, talking about Andrechuk for the goal, much like Mario Lemieux. It's very difficult for a goaltender to stop when the shooter has the puck way out from his body.
Joe Louis Arena is where we are, Detroit, Michigan. I'm Tom Mees, along with John Davidson. National Hockey Night, Game 5 in the North Division semifinals, tied up at 2. The winner takes a big 3-2 lead into Game 6 Thursday night in Toronto.
Well, how about that Chicago-St. Louis series, huh?
That was unbelievable.
You were there.
I was at St. Louis Arena, where they're probably still cheering after Craig Janney scored the game winner in overtime.
You know, yesterday, Daryl Sutter, the Chicago head coach, called Brett Hull at his home, personally saying, listen, we said some things in the newspaper. Those things happen in the heat of action. I'd just like to congratulate you on the way you played. Very, very well. Brett Hull scoring at least one in each game.
5 goals for the series, Brett Hull. He's on his game. There's no doubt about that. Now the Blues have the luxury of about a 7 or 8 day rest to see what happens in this series. And they will be tough for whoever they play in the next round. Play back on here in Detroit. Todd Gill knocks it out of his own zone. Jamie McCown knocks it behind the Detroit net. Konstantinov here. This is Gallant. Yzerman leaves it for Cicerelli. His blast is high to the close side and over the net. Here come the Maple Leafs, 3-on-2. Mark Osborne leaves it for Gilmore. Gilmore's centering pass tries to connect. It's still loose in front. Gilmore dives to try and save it, but Yzerman has it for Detroit. His pass broken up by Osborne. Gilmore, and a 2-line pass is whistled, I believe. Or we have a penalty called by Kerry Frazier. We'll sort that out for you when we return. 8:48 left to go the first period. Leafs and Red Wings tied at 1.
Honda price increase. Toyota prices up again. Ford raises prices.
While new car prices continue to go up, the cost of owning the Land of Lincoln's best-selling car just went down. Now you can own the Anniversary Edition Buick LeSabre for one low, no-hassle price of just $18,999. That's a factory price rollback of over $2,900. And this LeSabre is luxury equipped with airbag, anti-lock brakes, and much more. Drive the best for a lot less at your Better Buick dealer today.
The Hawks are sharp and ready for the playoffs. Are you?
Are you ready to ride?
Call for Hawk Vision now. It's the only way to see these playoff games from the stadium right in your home. It's available at a new lower price, and you can save even more by ordering by the round. Call your cable operator and order Hawk Vision today.
Rock your house.
Welcome back to Detroit, where the crowd is booing because Red Wing captain Steve Yzerman is in the box 2 minutes for slashing at 11-12.
Second penalty of the series, second minor penalty for Steve Yzerman. Toronto's power play just hasn't been good, 3 for 25, and they have not been patient enough, said Pat Burns, the coach.
Only scoring at a 12% clip. That means the Red Wings are killing off the shorthanded situations at an 88% clip, and this is Andrechuk. He's out there with John Cullen. There you see the power play numbers and the penalty killing numbers. Doug Gilmore, of course, also out there in the Toronto power play unit. Detroit, a very dangerous team when they're shorthanded, though.
Yeah, they scored 18 shorthanded goals during the regular season. They have 2 in this series. Fedorov and Burr scoring the 2.
Todd Gill lugs it up. Ellett leaves it for Cullen. Loose puck. Fedorov tries to get there for Detroit and does.
Where Steve Yzerman in the penalty box is missed. He's a great penalty killer, and he scores a lot of shorthanded goals. He and Pavel Bure of Vancouver scored 7 apiece during the regular season to lead all players.
Fedorov,
so that hurts.
Yes, it certainly does. Fedorov icing the puck there to relieve the pressure. You can do that when you're a man short, trying to kill off a power play with no penalty. Andrechuk backhands it into the zone, but the linesman says that was offside.
Toronto talked about their power play, or lack of it, saying that a lot of times they've had trouble coming out of their own zone as a unit. The forwards get too far ahead of the defensemen, and then we can't get into the offensive zone. And if the power play can't set up, very seldom does it work. So now Pat Burns saw that 1 minute, 10 seconds worth of power play action wasn't going anywhere. So he has made some changes and gets different players on the ice in different units.
50 seconds left in the Toronto man advantage as they shoot the puck into the Red Wing zone. From the point, Mironov lofting a shot in front, hits some bodies. Andrechuk tries to center for a wide-open Gilmore, but he's tied up. Mironov, this is Gilmore behind the net. He's taken a hit from Steve Conroy. And back come the Red Wings in Dallas straight to Sean Burr, who just rifles it into the Toronto zone. That was closer to the goal than Felix Papin maybe imagined. Dmitry Mironov in the corner. Andrechuk with it now to center ice. This is McCowan. Yves Racine for Detroit. And Burr backhands it out of the zone, and that'll do it for the Toronto power play, which really had no power behind it.
Just one little play around the goal net. A jam-type play for Toronto. Other than that, Detroit very good. Here they're called on the offside, and Ciccarelli upset. Ciccarelli, I think, is pressing somewhat. He had a shot earlier that went high and wide of the Toronto goal. He has not scored in this series. He does think that he's playing well. He's had chances. He's also, as we showed in the opening, done pretty well in trying to get the goaltender, Felix Papin, off his game. You know, he plays with Steve Yzerman a lot. He talks about when he played with the Minnesota North Stars for many years, Neil Broughton was a centerman, and he was he is a great player and always has been. But Yzerman and Ciccarelli over the last 30 games of the season, this regular season, started to click together. And they're hoping to click a lot during the playoffs.
Well, Ciccarelli has 10 game-winning goals in the Stanley Cup playoffs in his career, so he can score them at big times.
They both want to do well because they haven't won a cup. We're talking about Yzerman and Ciccarelli, both in the same line. And Yzerman, man, that's maybe all it's missing in his career, winning a Stanley Cup.
Just about. Most valuable player. Scoring like it's going out of style. He can put the puck in the net. 50 goals just about every year. Fourth leading scorer in the NHL this year. Wings pressing now. Sean Burr tries to center it. Gets it over to Probert in front. It's loose in the slot, and it's picked up by Mark Osborne. Dangerous play, but nobody home to bat it in for Detroit. Nicholas Lidstrom got Coffey in the left wing. Dumps it in the corner. Yzerman a one-timer nowhere near the net.
Yzerman went high with his shot. Ciccarelli's gone high with his shot. I think it's by design.
2-on-1 momentarily. Krushelnyski, a weak shot. Wendell Clark bats it in. Is it a goal or not?
Absolutely not. Gord Brassiker, the linesman, was right down on the goal line, and he looked and he saw the puck was kicked in. I'm sure they'll go to replay, and as we speak, upstairs in the booth where replay is looked at, the supervisor, Brian Lewis, will already be looking at it. Kerry Fraser will check the play out, but there's no doubt that this puck was kicked in. There was a big rebound, and then the puck was directed in with the skate, and that is against the rules. Watch Wendell Clark's leg. Watch his right foot there. Definitely kicked in through the legs. That goal will not count. There's 6 different reasons why the officials can go up to check out through video replay as to whether the goal should count or not, and one of them is if it's directed in with the foot or the skate, and there's no doubt that that was kicked in. Gord Brassiker, the linesman, was right on top of the play. However, it will be checked out upstairs.
Instant replay has taken his lumps over the years in the National Football League, but I must credit the National Hockey League. A lot of people made jokes about it when the NHL instituted instant replay. It has worked marvelously, especially in the playoffs.
How about last night? Three times, and 3 times correctly in the Quebec-Montreal testy playoff game, and it was a good decision made on every one of them. This has been a great, great find for the National Hockey League, and here the goal has been disallowed correctly.
And, of course, Ryan Murray will attest to that. He's saying, hey, I could have told you that. You didn't need the replay to see that. But remember, this is happening awfully fast on the ice. We have the super slow-mo here.
Tim Cheveldae looks a little nervous to this point. Big rebound here. See the puck directed in. There's no doubt that was by design by Wendell Clark. The Leafs not too upset. Because of that, the play will come outside the Detroit zone, face off in the neutral zone, because Detroit did not cause the stoppage.
The Gilmore and Fedorov line against each other is a face-off, and now Toronto goes for a line change. Face-off came in center ice. Mark Osborne looking to center. Throws it in front for no one in particular, and Konstantinov has it. Big Keith Primo's got some room on the left wing. Gill's going to try and cut him off. Centering pass by Chason, and puck now appeared to be surprised, but still made the glove save.
Osborne with a little shove on Fedorov at the sound of the whistle. Fedorov is very quick, and the reason Gilmore says he's tough to play against, because if I leave him and avoid him somewhere on the ice, Fedorov's skating skills, 2 or 3 strides, he just catches me. And he's one of these Russian kids who have the big thighs and brilliant with the skating ability. Just a brilliant skater, one of the very fastest in the National Hockey League. Tough to knock off balance. Gilmore said one thing. He said, the first 2 games in Detroit, I was sluggish, coming off the flu bug and a bad leg, but I feel better now.
Chason with a blast from the point, loose in front, and not getting a stick on it in time was Eisenborn. Hey, a lot of loose pucks in front of Felix Potvin tonight, and the Red Wings haven't had anybody in the slot to poke them home. 5 minutes to play in the first period, tied at 1. Game 5, Norris Division semifinal.
Shots are 6-5. This is in favor of Toronto, this style of game.
Yeah, they want to keep it buttoned down. They don't want to have a wide-open end-to-end type of game here, especially in Joe Louis Arena.
And making sure they're not taking any penalties. They're not allow that very, very good power play led by Paul Coffey to go to work.
Gilbert knocked it into the Red Wing zone, but back come the Wings, and this is Sergei Fedorov. Looking for somebody in the slot, finds it in front, and that was Eisenborn, but just no steam on that shot whatsoever, and Potvin the save. Shot from inside the blue line.
Ooh, there's a penalty on Fedorov.
And
Fedorov a long shift for Fedorov. He almost knocked the helmet off of Glenn Anderson. Penalty to Fedorov.
Glenn Anderson has been a target of the Detroit Red Wing players. They didn't like the way he carried his stick high and loose in Toronto. But now Toronto will have a power play.
Son of a gun protectant. Nothing works better on your car's leather, vinyl, and rubber. It can turn just about anything into a great-looking car.
Nice car.
What, this pile of junk? Give it the gun with Son of a Gun. And now give your tires a quick kick with one-step tire care.
It's always a good time to buy a case of Pennzoil. Now is a greater time because you can get up to $4 off on any other automotive product. Pennzoil owes you one for making them America's #1 selling motor oil. So go buy a case and save up to $4 on any other automotive product. That's Pennzoil's way of saying thank you, America.
Pick up your specially marked case and get up to $4 back while supplies last.
I think you'll see why Toronto will have a power play. Fedorov will drive Anderson's head into the glass. He'll even leave his feet right up, right into Glenn Anderson. Almost knocked his helmet off, maybe dented the glass, and not much doubt. So Toronto will have their second power play of this period.
One thing you can say for Sergei Fedorov, John, he's economical. He got his money's worth on that hit. So the Maple Leafs are on the power play. That's the good news. The bad news for Toronto is that they are rather poor, 3 for 26 on the power play this series.
I think what they want to do is try and get the puck down around the goal line because of Andrechuk's great skills on the power play and his big, long reach. He's difficult around the goal. Fans already on Cheveldae. It's a tough place to play goal here, and Cheveldae's never been a fan favorite very often. They get on him quickly.
Ellett with it in the Toronto zone. 30 seconds gone, and the Maple Leaf man advantage. Andrechuk couldn't control the pass, and Chason easily lifts it down the ice.
See Detroit just trying to challenge Toronto before they get into the Detroit zone, knowing that this power play is struggling, thinking too much, hesitating.
Dmitry Mironov winds it around the boards. Ellett for Andrechuk. He's got that long reach behind the net. You have to be careful with him. Former Buffalo Sabre, 50-goal scorer in the regular season. Mironov. Gilmore is taken down by Mark Howe. No penalty called. Howe and Gilmore going at it again, or makes it Howe and Anderson going at it. And the Red Wings clear. 50 seconds left in the Detroit penalty.
The Detroit backs out. They'll challenge right now. Another dump in. Let's see if Toronto can recover the puck.
Foligno goes for it. Make that Wendell Clark. And hopping over the stick of Mironov.
Those dump-ins by Toronto, they have the man advantage. They should be able to control the puck. But Detroit doing a good job.
Osborne fighting for possession with Eisenborn. Comes back out to the point. Mironov's got lots of room. In front, hit somebody, never got through to Chevrolet. This is Mike Krushelnyski. Back out to Todd Gill. Red Wings in that box. Gill from the slot. Hits the defenseman in front. Rather hits Eisenbart in front. Clark winds up.
Team's back at even strength. Detroit again with a good penalty kill.
Here comes Fedorov out of the penalty box. He shoots. Score!
Three for Fedorov. Look at Fedorov stay on side. Krushelnyski lets him go. And the defenseman, McCowan, doesn't react quick enough. You see a 3-on-3, but Fedorov had time to shoot the puck. There's Eisenbart dropping the puck off to Fedorov. Now as McCowan moves out, make that Gill moves out. Little wrist shot through the legs. Surprising the goaltender, Potvin. And it's 2-1 Detroit. Set up by fine penalty killing of Detroit. Quickly as Fedorov steps out of the box, Detroit strikes.
It appeared that Fedorov stepped out and sort of lingered at the blue line, John, because his penalty was up 11 seconds before the goal went in at 18 minutes.
What he did was wait smartly and made sure Detroit, led by Eisenbart, got the puck in the zone before he joined the play so it wouldn't be offside. And then Eisenbart, a real quick crisscross. And Toronto just a hair slow in picking up their checks. As Krushelnyski let Fedorov go, Gill didn't get over there quite as quick as he wanted to, and a quick wrist shot gives Detroit the 1-goal lead.
Sergei Fedorov's goal at 18 minutes even has put the Red Wings up 2-1. Here comes Fedorov again. He stripped of the puck, though, and the Leafs dump it back into the Detroit zone. Toronto has only achieved 6 shots on goal, and almost none of them the dangerous variety, with the exception of Andreychuk's goal.
And 4 minutes on the power play. Their power play has let them down. It really has. If you don't score on a power play, you hope for offensive flow. But it just hasn't been there.
Zezel tried to center to Osborne. That was cut off. Red Wings taking care of business in their own end here. This is even strength. Toronto still pressing the attack, and now the Wings have somebody open. And that somebody is Ray Shepard for a moment, but he's caught up to by Sylvain Lefebvre.
Another one of those long diagonal passes, that time by Fedorov. Detroit, a good passing team.
Heath Primo in the corner. He's unchecked for the moment. Now Bill Berg moves in under a minute to go, first period. Primo knocking Lefebvre into the boards behind the net. Shepard tries to feather it past, but Gilmore of Toronto winds up with it. Chason will carry in. It's 3-on-3. Yzerman, and a glove save by Potvin into the corner. Felix the Cat quick on that one. Boy, Chason, rather Yzerman, really got a lot of steam behind that shot.
Okay, that penalty kill by Detroit has given their team a lot of life. They came right back and scored right after the penalty kill, and they've carried the play since.
Crowd chanting Dino Cicerelli. Cicerelli bombs into Lefebvre.
And Cicerelli went flying. Doesn't do his helmet up well. Lost his helmet.
Under 10 seconds. Listen to the crowd. To the chance of Dino. Dino. The first period comes to an end, and Cicerelli says, "How do you do?" to Glenn Anderson.
And the two of them getting nose to nose for a moment, broken up nicely as the Leafs all getting upset now with Cicerelli. Cicerelli, a fan favorite here, threw a big body check into Lefebvre, took the worst of it, but he got the emotions stirred here in the building. No helmet, sees his man, reads the body check, and watch him go flying as Lefebvre braced himself. Now that's hockey.
The hitting is hard. The goal scoring seldom, but the Detroit Red Wings had much the better of the play. After one from Joe Louis Arena, Red Wings lead it 2-1 over Toronto. Let's go to John Saunders. John?
All right, Tom and JD, thanks a lot. Detroit needing this victory because they have to go on the road to Toronto. Down 3-2 would be extremely tough. National Hockey Night continues. When we come back, we'll take a look back at the first period and look at the other series as well. 2-1 right now is the lead. The Red Wings at home ahead of the Maple Leafs.
discovered great taste and less filling beer, what more could you possibly need?
Hey, buddy, what's your secret?
I don't know. Location? Miller Lite. It's everything you want a beer to be.
New peanut just rode into town with the spicy taste that's getting everybody all fired up.
Got some more.
Maybe you ought to practice with mild.
Try new Planters Heat in mild and hot.
Well, you smell good for somebody who's been cleaning out the garage.
Oh, gee, thanks.
You wearing something?
Just my Suave Super Stick deodorant.
You like Suave better than the expensive ones, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Today's new car finishes are more exotic and lustrous than ever. So before you try one of those trendy colored car waxes, consider this. Colored car waxes contain dyes. Dyes that can stain your car's finish. Introducing Rain Dance Light Car and Dark Car Formula Polish. They're specially formulated to enhance your car's true color, not mask it. Rain Dance Light has optical brighteners for a cleaner, brighter shine. Rain Dance Dark removes haze and film for a deeper, wet look shine. So choose new Rain Dance Light Car Formula or new Dark Car Formula, because your car is too young to die. Bring out your car's true color. Call 1-800-345-RAIN for the store near you.
Welcome back. 2-1 is the lead. Detroit over Toronto on that late goal in the first period. John Saunders along with Jim Schoenfeld and Al Morganti. And when you look at Detroit, we should not be surprised that they really held the balance offensively in the first period.
Well, Detroit had the best offense in the league this year, so you know their defense is going to join the attack, and they're going to be taking it to you all night long. Nicholas Lidstrom's going to come up as the Red Wings come over the blue line. A 2-on-2, the Leafs give up the line. That gets them into trouble. They're 1-2-3 Red Wings. Now you look, bottom of your screen, there's Lidstrom. Does everything right except hit the net. But when you force it against a team like the Leafs that have a good transitional game, they'll beat you on the counter, as Dave Anderchuk does, a little fake and the big shot, beating Tim Shovelday for a Maple Leaf goal. But what's really interesting here is the confidence Detroit's playing with against Felix Potvin, the hot rookie goaltender coming in, maybe because they got the 6 goals a game at home. Supposedly, the key is you shoot high on them or you get traffic in front of them. Neither the case, and Detroit scores a couple. I think the Red Wings are getting into that mode where they're a very confident, very secure team, and what they've done that a lot of people are looking past, we look past Detroit. A lot of us look past Detroit and said, oh, it's going to be Chicago and Pittsburgh. I think they're out to show a lot of people they're for real.
Yeah, and Detroit is a team, actually, that I think might be one of the teams that could give Pittsburgh a game down the road, but they still have a lot of work left. Meanwhile, let's take a look back at the Patrick division and an incident that infuriated a couple of coaches last night. Now, Kevin Hatcher of the Capitals, watch the two-hand shot here on Steve Thomas. Right there, clearly, it is a whack, but no penalty is called. Now, with 1:56 left, Tom Fitzgerald is called for a penalty for chopping Beaupre in the pads. Al Arbor doesn't see the equality.
I'm very upset about that call at the end on Fitzgerald after him letting some stuff go. And then goaltender takes a dive right in front of him, doesn't call that. And Paul Bunyan there with his double axe, he nearly broke Thomas's arm, he nearly broke Hoag's arm in New York.
Paul Bunyan with his double axe. Can anything be done now? Yeah. He didn't even get a penalty for it. What can they do?
We aren't the only people that'll be watching this Paul Bunyan video. Tomorrow, the NHL is going to get a copy of that to see if they can be some sentence against them, a suspension. During the regular season, you don't miss game, you just miss practices. But in the playoffs, you can miss games. If you remember, last year, Adam Graves got a little bit of a break. They didn't rule for a day or two, so we got to play a game. That won't be the case. The league will look at it tomorrow and decide one way or another, President Gilstein, whether he'll be suspended, Kevin Hatcher, or not. Yeah, Al Arbor is usually in pretty good control of his emotions, so for him to be that upset in a post-game interview, you know that he really doesn't like what's going on the ice, and it's a little bit of an advantage for his team if he could ever get Hatcher out of the Caps lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. Headed back home for the next one, 3-2. The Islanders lead that series. Back with more in just a moment, but first some playoff facts. 24 of 35 games decided by 2 or less in 10 overtime games. NHL record for the first round.
Automobile Magazine said, it's more spacious and luxurious than a Jeep Grand Cherokee. The Isuzu Trooper. Practically amazing. There are those that think the Isuzu Trooper is the best-looking four-wheel drive on the road today. We happen to think it also looks pretty attractive on paper, too. Presenting the Trooper Lease. See your Isuzu dealer for details.
For those who like to spend lots of time and effort cleaning, shining, and protecting your tires, this is going to be difficult to watch. Because with no-touch tire care, you don't need to rub or wipe your tires to make them look great. It's true. You just spray it on and leave it alone. No touching. Now, we know it's hard, but you've got to fight it. Come on, you can do it. That's good. No-touch tire care. The best touch is no touch.
It's crazy. They love it, but that's why they do it. They're the relentless men and women of sports, doing what most people think is impossible. Max Out premieres Monday on ESPN.
2-1 is the lead. Detroit leading Toronto in the Norris Division semifinal. Now, if you've been watching a lot of Stanley Cup play, you've noticed once in a while an octopus will come out of the stands, land on the ice, and kind of go splat. We know it's a tradition that started in Detroit, but we're not really sure why. So we researched this, and here's the real story.
Hard to believe it was 1951-52. I was up in the broadcasting booth doing television from the old Olympia, by the way. And the rivalry between the Canadian-American team was evident, and Detroit in the semifinals defeated Toronto Maple Leafs 2 in Toronto, 2 at Olympia. Terry Sawchuk, the great goalie, got 2 shutouts. Now we come back to play Montreal for the finals, go into Montreal Forum, and the Wings beat Montreal twice in the Forum. Now they come back to Olympia, the barn, and the fans, the city, the smallest rink in the league, 13,000 people. In the first period, a plop on the ice. When you're looking at it, you don't know what it is, and it turns out it was an octopus.
The man who threw that first octopus is Detroit native Pete Cusimano, who now makes his living in the restaurant business.
My brother Jerry and I, we were in the retail fish business at the time, and nobody had ever won the Stanley Cup in 8 straight games. So my brother said, Pete, why don't we throw this thing? It has 8 legs, maybe it'll give us a good luck charm, 8 straight. And I said, fine. I said, so we decided to throw it at the first Red Wing goal. And only one time, not 2-3 games, just one time. So in that very first period, either Howe or Del Vecchio scored, and then we let her fly. Well, you've got to throw this animal more or less sidearm. You can't throw it like a baseball because it just has no body. But we cooked ours. And by cooking it, it has more body to it, and it's a lot firmer and easier to throw. Well, it hit the face-off circle in the corner and slid to the blue line. And Marcel Pronovost hit it with a stick, and at that time they didn't know if it was alive, dead, or what. But they backed off, and they had no Zamboni at that time. They come out and got this animal with the shovels. And then we went on to win it in 8 straight. Well, that was our good luck charm.
During the years when his father, Gordie Howe, was with the Red Wings, young Mark Howe spent a lot of time at the old Olympia and has seen his share of octopi fly.
Oh, I saw a number of them. The ones that are thrown on are a little bit smaller. I remember one, it was probably close to 30 years ago, and I mean, it was big. I don't know how, if somebody threw it from the balcony, I don't even know how it made it down to the ice, but it did, and it's been a tradition here for years and years of playoff time, and it's fun. I mean, the crowd really gets into it, and as long as it doesn't hit anybody, it's all right.
For all you Trivia Pursuit fans, this is something I'm very proud of. In the sport edition of Trivia Pursuit, it says here, what was superfan Pete Cusimano known for throwing on the ice at Olympia? And on the back, here we are, it says the octopus, which I'm very, very proud of.
Miller Genuine Draft.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
Just northwest of Kalispell, Montana, there's a place where you can punch cattle instead of a time clock and discover what horsepower is really about. It's the Hargrave Cattle and Guest Ranch, where you can ride them and rope them like they used to. But if you go, you got to pull your own weight and pull out your Visa card. Because at Hargrave, they don't take the tin horns and they don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Introducing the new Subaru Impreza front-wheel drive. Over 20 years ago, Subaru was the first car company in America to introduce a full line of front-wheel drive vehicles. When it comes to putting the weight of the engine over the driving wheels, Subaru has the weight of experience. The new Subaru Impreza. It's not just another new car.
Lease a new Subaru Impreza for only $159 per month.
You know, it's always a good time to buy a case of Pennzoil, but now is a great time because you get up to $4 off of any other automotive product in this store. Pennzoil owes you one for making them America's #1 selling motor oil. So buy a case of Pennzoil and get up to $4 off of any other automotive product. That's Pennzoil's way of saying, thank you, America.
Pick up your specially marked case and get up to $4 back while supplies last.
Don Mattingly blocked his path to stardom in the Bronx, but now the Angels' J.T. Snow is storming back to prove the Yankees wrong. Tonight, live on ESPN, Tuesday Night Baseball. We'll get back to Detroit in just a moment, but first a reminder, following the hockey game, we move to baseball. The Yankees and the Angels, Don Mattingly and J.T. Snow. What an outstanding rookie he has been. That's at 10:30 or following the hockey game. Then tomorrow we're back to the Patrick division. The Capitals and the Islanders, Game 6.
Save this smart car way this week at Crown Olds Toyota Decatur. 1992 Old Sierras with power windows and lots plus air for only $11,995. Plus 92 Tercels that sold for over $12,600 when new, but now smart car priced at only $89.95.
Don't let unwanted pests take over and destroy your home. S&W Pest Control will eliminate and protect your home from termites and other miscellaneous pests, while at the same time S&W protects the environment. S&W Pest Control uses only chemicals that are EPA registered and environmentally conscious. At S&W, we understand that our environment is very precious and we must protect it for future generations. Call S&W today and rid your home of unwanted critters and pests and keep the planet safe.
The NHL is playing for keeps. The Capitals face the Islanders in Game 6 tomorrow night, live on ESPN.
ESPN's National Hockey Night rolls on from Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, second period, as the Red Wings lead Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1. Game 5 of a best-of-7, series tied at 2. As we take a look at the Miller Lite scoring summary, the Red Wings got on the board at 5:59 on a goal by Gerard Gallant, his first of the series, assisted by Cicerelli and Mark Howe. Then Dave Andrechuk, his 5th goal of the playoffs from Gill and Anderson. That tied the game at 1 at 8:26. But then later on, Sergei Fedorov stepping out of the penalty box and scoring at 18 minutes. An assist to Isabart and also to Dallas Drake. 2-1 at the end of 1. And the Red Wings did a great job, John Davidson, taking care of business in their own zone.
Penalty killing especially, Tom. You'll see the Detroit Red Wings back out here. Back out, back out. Now Toronto will want to dump the puck in on the power play. But why dump it to the goaltender? That's just like giving the puck to the Red Wings. Crazy play. Now you'll see finally the Maple Leafs try to control the puck. They don't. They make an errant pass out of the zone, not being patient, not being smart on the power play. And that hurt them during the period. Late in the period, a big hit by Cicerelli. Now, he took the worst of the hit, but he stirred the emotions in the building. He stirred the emotions of the Maple Leafs. And I think finally we saw some real emotion in this game, and that was late in the period, thanks to Dino.
You know, when he lost his helmet, he got very aggressive. I don't think he's used to playing without that helmet.
He just loves getting fired up. The question is, though, does it fire up the Maple Leafs a little more, or does it fire up the building here and get Detroit playing a little more emotional?
Well, let's take a look now at the production of Detroit's big guns. It hasn't been very good at all so far in this series. You see Cicerelli, no goals in the playoffs. Eisbart only one. Shepard only one. Bob Probert, no goals. And yet here are the Red Wings still tied with Toronto at 2.
But these players have the ability to do more than just score goals. Shepard has hit goalposts. Cicerelli can take the body. He can drive the other team nuts. And Detroit does have the lead. We talked earlier about Detroit being the run-and-gun team, and yeah, they are at times the run-and-gun team. But give them credit defensively. During the last 6 weeks of the season, they decided as a team to play smart defense, and their goals against during the last 6 weeks was 2.80, and they loved it.
Ryan Murray,
he's having words right now with the referee regarding line changes.
Well, he wants to get going also. The teams have been out here for an extended skating period. After the ice has been resurfaced, I think he's going, hey, why can't we get started?
Yeah, but he also now threw his 5 players on the ice after Toronto initially put their players on the ice. He wants matchups. It's been quite a test here for these coaches.
There's Brian Murray still trying. He's had an excellent record over regular seasons, but he's still trying to get past the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Never gotten to the conference finals in all his years of coaching. Brother Terry, coaching the Capitals, finally got them to a Wales Conference final a couple of years ago. Play back on now in the Toronto zone. Dave Ellett just lofts it out. Chevrolet plays, no icing, of course. Primo gave the puck away, but fortunately for Keith Primo, Andrechuk was the only leaf in the zone. Giving the puck away in the slot area, not textbook hockey. Here comes big Keith Primo, and into the net he goes. There goes the net. There goes Potvin. And let's hope that Felix Potvin is not injured.
Great breakout play by Detroit. Primo, one of the bigger players in the league, a natural centerman playing some wing in this game, broke right through the middle, got the puck, and drove to the net. Watch Primo take the pass from Fedorov. Look at the speed by the big man. He's tripped up by Todd Gill. Could have been a penalty called. Kerry Fraser said no, and thankfully the net will give away here as you see the collision. And you see the leg, the left leg of the goaltender get driven into the goal net. With the net releasing, it takes pressure off the leg and not an injury because of it.
Keith Primo, 6'4", 220 pounds, almost as big as John Davidson when he played goal.
Height-wise. But Primo still growing, I think, Tom. He's been assigned to play the wing in this game, and I think he may see a little bit of Glenn Anderson. If Glenn Anderson plays a nasty type game, Brian Murray wants his players to make sure that Anderson gets a bit of a message.
Nicholas Lidstrom looking one in from the slot. The rebound is sent forward, and a penalty called by Kerry Fraser.
And Detroit will have a power play. It started with a face-off win. The Red Wings won the draw, got the shot on goal, and that forced Lefebvre to take the penalty right in front of Potvin after the long, low shot got away from the Maple Leaf goaltender. Mark Osborne having words with the goaltender. Osborne playing with bad ribs, Tom. He has to get an injection of Novocaine to try and numb the area where the ribs are sore. Yet he's able to play. He says he gets the shot after warm-up, and that lasts the whole game. There's the face-off win, the low shot, the rebound. Now you see the hook, and you saw the player go down. That could have been Gilmore more than Lefebvre with a hook. Lefebvre is gone. Oh, it was
he got the stick between the leg.
My apologies.
Gilmore showed up late.
Yeah, good call by the referee, Kerry Fraser, and I apologize.
So 2 minutes for tripping. The penalty to Sylvain Lefebvre, make that hooking. And the face-off in the Toronto zone. Detroit on the power play.
Coffey's the key, no doubt.
Chason is with him back at the blue line. Primo around the net. Cicerelli and Yzerman make up the rest of the power play unit for the Red Wings. Yzerman. Caulfield picking up with a point. Chason, he's got a good shot. He'll take it. Screen in front. Cicerelli knocked it down. Couldn't get it through. Potvin. More mucking in the corner, and the Red Wings retain control. Yzerman to Chason. Lee staying in that box. Minute 21 left to go in the Red Wing power play. Chason's wide open. They get it to him. Here he comes. And he's wide with it as Potvin got the pad over to cover the near side. Boy, Chason was on the move and had all day to shoot. Try to one-time it. Yzerman surveying the situation. Chason open again. Murphy in the slot. Here it goes. It's wide. Big Primo. Well, the Red Wings have had the puck in the zone the whole power play, off the glass, but staying in the zone. 1 minute and 15 seconds, all in the Toronto zone. Primo puts it on goal. Chiasson doing some good work there in the corner. Yzerman keeps it in with 35 seconds to go. The man advantage. Wow. In front, Cicerelli, the deflection in. Felix Potvin puts it.
Oh, that tells you. Does that tell you about the skill level of Detroit? You saw Toronto on 2 power plays hardly get the puck in the Detroit zone. It tells you the difference of the skill level with these two teams. Cicerelli stood in front of the goaltender nearly the entire time the puck was in the zone. And does he pay? He's trying to drive the goaltender crazy, looking for rebounds. He's in front. McCowan was working all over Cicerelli during the entire time. Potvin having trouble maybe seeing the puck. Look at Cicerelli. His job is right around the goal net. Here's the long shot. Look at it. Looks like a marriage of these two guys. And Potvin can't get down on the crouch. He's got to stand up and look around. There's the redirection by Cicerelli and the shot on goal.
Face off to the right of Felix Potvin. In front and controlling his Shepard. He scores!
The series for Detroit, the second by Shepard. This power play looked awesome. They're controlling the draws, as you see right there, by Detroit. Look at all the Leaf players move up towards the dot. Shepard's alone, and he is a great goal scorer, believe me. And does he show patience? The young goaltender doesn't show patience. He drops down. Watch all the blue jerseys go towards the puck. Now Shepard sneaks in behind. The young goaltender was down way too early. The moxie of Shepard, the patience of the goal scorer, showed up as he went around. Potvin scored, and we have octopi on the ice here. What's interesting is the people that pick up the octopi here, Tom, they pick it up with their hands. Wave it around. In Toronto, when there's some on the ice up there, they use the shovel. The Canadians not quite used to this stuff.
I like the Toronto way. I was talking to Harold Snepps, who played here for he played everywhere, but he played here for several years. He's now an assistant. Well, he did. He's an assistant at St. Louis. And Harold said he picked one up here in Detroit with his glove one time. Said his glove smelled for a week. He never did it again. All right, the Leafs are down 3-1. To the powerful Red Wings, and the Red Wings in that power play, John, 1:35 before they scored, and the puck never left the Toronto zone.
This tells you about the skill level of the top players of Detroit. Toronto can't match up with skill, but they match up with heart. They match up with a team defense. But Toronto's power play is going to have to go here if they're going to be in this game. They've got to try and get some production out of it.
Puck loose at center. Ellett sends it back into the Toronto zone. Well, the Leafs played so well at Maple Leaf Gardens, but they just haven't played well tonight. They put next to nothing offensively on the goaltender Cheveldae in the Detroit net.
Credit Detroit with a fine effort, smart defensively. They're playing a team game, and teams win the Stanley Cup, not necessarily talent.
Maple Leafs ice the puck. 16:27 still to go in the second. 3-1 Detroit.
Gun protectant. Nothing works better on your car's leather, vinyl, and rubber. It can turn just about anything into a great-looking car.
Nice car. What, this pile of junk?
Give it the gun with Son of a Gun. And now give your tires a quick kick with one-step tire care.
A twin blade from Bic? What's in it for me? This is new? A twin for normal skin and a twin for sensitive, right? It was good. The new Bic Twin Select. Made a Bic man out of me.
A hot new peanut just rode into town with a spicy taste that's getting everybody all fired up.
Got some more. Maybe you ought to practice with mild.
Try new Planters Heat in mild and hot.